So this intro is going to be real simple. We're going to be doing a review on foundation. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Ursula Living, and of course I am your girl Ursula, and as always I want to know how you're living. Let me know in the comment section down below. Y'all, let's talk about the beauty community. Y'all, is it me? Okay. It's like everyone, the mama, the grandma, the sister, baby daddy, step mama, cousin is coming out with foundations. Now this could be a good thing because for some of us who are not that much into makeup and things like that, but want to be, or maybe you haven't found the right foundation for you, this is a good time to start looking because there have been so many different companies lately that have come out with all kind of different, from foundation sticks to matte, semi-matte to dewy foundations, luminous, however you want to say it. There's just a plethora of foundations out there now. Now for myself, I really do not need any more foundations. My three favorite foundations is Lancome, and I also like Fenty Beauty foundation, and I also like the stick foundation by Mented Cosmetics. However, I will say that most of the foundations that I like or have used in the past that I like are matte foundations. Now, my skin is usually like normal. Once in a while, like right now, you know, that time of the month, sometimes I can be a little bit more oily. And then also at the same time, there have been instances where I've been dry. So my skin can change. Most of the time it's pretty normal, but I can lean oily. And on rare occasions I can be a little dry, so it just all depends. So I pretty much have my foundations, but I was like, man, when they start coming out with these luminous and dewy foundations, I was like, I want to be luminous and dewy. Hopefully I won't be sweaty and crazy, but I wanted to do that. So today, one of the first ones, and from a company that I absolutely love majority of their products from, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. And as y'all can see, yes, it says foundation. Now, I don't know what their thing was about this, but they were like, this is the foundation. That's all you need to know. But just a few facts here. It's vegan, gluten-free, alcohol-free, clinically tested, dermatologist tested, all these lovely things. They have all this stuff on the box, okay? And it also says suitable for sensitive skin, long wearing, no flashback, all that stuff. So I'm going to take it out the box. First, offhand, I just want to say that it is $38 and you get 1 fluid ounce, which to me, being Anastasia, being, you know, comparing to other foundations and average price, I don't think $38 is necessarily bad, especially if you have really dry skin and you need some moisture and you need something, yeah, like definitely check it out. So here is the bottle here, and on one side it says Anastasia Beverly Hills, and then on the other side it literally says foundation, like foundation. Now a lot of people were like, this bottle is pretty simple, like that glass, but it's pretty simple. Like, you know, people were going back and forth of how they felt about it. Me personally, at first I was like, really, does that say foundation? Especially when I saw it on Trend Mood, and I was like, maybe they just ain't put the finishing touches. Maybe this is just something to say that foundation is coming, but no, it clearly says foundation on this bottle, and I'm kind of here for it because I'm thinking what they were thinking. I mean, if I was on their committee, I'd be like, yeah, we just gonna put foundation, because if you are a makeup artist or whatever, like, we all know that this is foundation. We could tell foundation from concealer and lipstick and all that. But I think this is cool because it's like, this is the only one that you should have in your kit. This is your foundation. Like, this is it. This is it. I don't know if that's what they meant, but anyway, it's for luminous, dewy, and I have the color in 400N. Now on the site, when I compared it to Sephora, and like, you know, I did that thing where it tells you like what foundations work for you. They told me to choose, I'll put it in here somewhere, what number they told me to choose, but it was something, it was like, oh, it was 370 warm. I went yesterday and I tried 370 and I tried this color on, and they both look good, that's the fantastic thing. It's nice to be able to have some color range there. But it was really weird, and I've seen a lot of other YouTubers talk about it too. Like, this says 400N, but this 400N compared to the other color that was labeled W, the 400N is more warm and golden than that color. Like, I would have thought the 370 would have been more neutral than this, but not the case. Maybe we wrong, whatever. We're gonna try it on today. We're gonna see how it goes. I'll do like 1 or 2 check-ins and then I'll give you a final review. I'm not gonna wear this like all day, just because with the Luminous foundation, I would not wear this. Like if I was going out, I would not wear this, but like on a everyday, like let me just throw something on to make it look skin-like and everything, I definitely would, you know, wear this foundation, I think, because we're gonna try it out all day. And it's a medium coverage. So, you know, with the natural luminous finish, we're just gonna get into it. All right, so I've done the 1 pump, and just to let you guys know, and I've already done it, I did prime one side of my face. Now, I'm not a big primer person, and that's just because I feel, unless I just really never took notice, but I don't feel like one primer has just really just awed me to the point where I'm like, oh, I gotta put this primer on every day. So I'm not much of a primer girl. But sometimes I do put it on. But for the sake of this video, I am going to use a primer. And I used a primer that was a mattifying primer. So I used it on one side of my face. I'm not going to tell you just yet. We're going to find out at the end. But you can put it down below which side you think I have the primer on. But I did prime one side of my face. And then, of course, I'm going to put the foundation on. And as far as any setting powder, I am going to lightly set it because I don't want to just like pound it and make it look matte. To me, that defeats the whole purpose of this Luminous thing. But I am going to put a little bit of powder because sometimes I am oily. It's that time of the month, so I can get a little oily. And also, I live in Texas, so it just happens. But anyway, I'm going to put this on, and we're going to see what the deal is. So I'm just going to put it on here. And the lady said that 1 pump should cover, like, your whole face. So we're going to see. We are going to see. Here we go. And I'm also using a beauty blender today. I never use a beauty blender, but again, I think with the brush you'll get more coverage. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. Alright guys, so I am finished applying the foundation onto my skin. I did use 1 pump for all over my face, and this is what we're looking like. I turned the light down a little bit so you can see. I don't have any concealer or anything on, which I'm going to go do that in just a second. But I am going to lightly powder, and I'm going to put my concealer on and just finish a few things, put a little lip gloss or do something. And then I'm going to come back to you and let you guys and tell you guys what I think so far as applying it and everything like that. But this is it. Let me know what y'all think about the shade match. What do y'all think? Am I looking too orangey, too cakey, too... What are we looking like so far? I gotta do something with underneath those eyes. I'll be right back. Hey y'all, I'm back. Okay, let me take, this water is so good. If you have not tried this water, go try it. It's so good. Since we're trying to be luminous and all that, we needed to hydrate our body. Anyway, you guys, so I have the foundation on. I have just applied just like the tad bit of blush to give a little color there, and then I used their Amazing, is that what it's called, highlighter. That thing is like the bomb. Absolutely love it, from Anastasia. But I have the foundation on, and y'all guys are here. Let me see if I can zoom y'all in a little bit more. Okay, there we go. I'm in there. First of all, number one, let's look at the color. How does the color look? Now, we haven't talked because I haven't made a video in a long time, but if you follow me on Instagram, as you should, at Ursula_living, you would know that I have been in Jamaica. I took a trip to Jamaica. So I actually, my skin, oh, that's my best friend. My skin has, I've obviously gotten a tan from being out in Jamaica in the sun all day, every day. So now that I have everything on, my little lipstick and everything, first impression is it went on pretty well. Like I said, I only used 1 pump. I didn't want to, like, I'm not trying to look all glam and do the absolute most, because really, while I'm doing this wear test, all I'm going to be doing is cleaning around the house, and then a little bit later I am going to go out. So in just a minute, I'm going to get in front of the window so you can kind of see with natural light. And then, of course, when I go outside, I'll show it again. And when I come back, that's going to be the end of the wear test, and we'll see how it goes. But right now, on the skin. It definitely is not full coverage. I'm not saying that it cannot get there. I'm just saying it's not full coverage. First of all, anytime you use a beauty blender, you guys know that it soaks up a lot of the foundation that you're trying to put on. So it definitely was not full coverage, which is okay. It looks nice. Do I get dewy glowy? I wouldn't say just yet. I did use a little bit of powder, okay, because I would be crazy if I didn't. But right now I just think that, you know, just I don't even know if I should say it looks skin-like, but it does, like, it doesn't seem like I have a bunch of makeup on my face. Like, it may look like it a little bit, but it doesn't look like I have a bunch of makeup on my face. I'll say that. Don't look caked up like I'm just made up to the gods. It's just real simple. So I think that was the whole point of it, because it's supposed to have a skin-like finish. So we're gonna see as I go through the day how this wears and everything like that. And, you know, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Do you think the color looks okay? Do you see any glow factor except for right here? Now that's highlighter. Let me not lie, that's highlighter. But, like, you know, anywhere else you see any glow factor? We'll see. And we'll see as the day goes on. But right now I'm just like, okay. I'm just like, you know, I'm not wowed by it at this moment. I'll be honest and say that. So stay tuned for the wear test, and let's see what's gonna be popping with Anastasia Beverly Hills. The foundation. All right, guys. So this is gonna be my very first check-in of the day. I've been wearing the foundation for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And this is in natural lighting. Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh, let's zoom into there. This is in natural lighting. What y'all thinking? I've just been around the house, cleaning, doing stuff. Nothing too much, but this is in natural lighting. This is not probably the best because I have not as bright as it was earlier, but this is natural lighting. I definitely do not feel oily or cakey or anything. Like, I feel fine. I feel as good as I did when I first put it on. I don't see any major differences, but it looks good so far. So the next check-in, it will be outside, and that'll probably be in like another 2 hours or so when I leave, because I gotta go visit somebody. So when I go leave to do my rounds visiting, I'll check in, and then on the way back I'll check in, and that'll be my last one, and then I'll sit down with you guys and let you guys know what I think about this foundation. But so far so good. No, I don't feel like oily or too glowy or too anything. I'm living my best life. Hey guys, what's going on? So I'm outside now. It's about an hour and a half later from my last, hour and a half, 2 hours later from my last check-in. And so this is how the foundation is looking. I'm outside. The sun keeps going in and out, so it looks kind of overcast right now, but it is really hot out here. But this is how I'm looking right now. And so far I don't feel like too oily or anything, which is very surprising and very happy about, because I was afraid that like my natural oils were gonna like take over. The sun's starting to come back out. But this is how I'm looking so far. All right, everybody. So this is the final check-in. I don't know what time it is. It's probably like close to 9 o'clock at night. So I'm gonna take my little mirror here so I can get a closer look of everything. I'm sorry I look wild and crazy, but from the last time when I left and I was outside, I done went and visited some family members. I have went school shopping in Texas. It was tax-free weekend, and all I needed were shoes. We got the shoes out the way. Like, I'm good, I'm done. My baby's going to kindergarten, so we're really happy. And it took us a long time to find somewhere to eat. We were gonna cook dinner, but we were like, after all that, like, yeah, we went to the outlet malls, which are outside. You walk around outside. So I've had a day. So with all of that said, okay, after my margarita as well, get into it. Okay, here's the thing. As the day has went on, I actually like the foundation the more that it wore, if that makes sense. Like, the more I wore it, the better it got. And obviously, like I said, I was outside in the heat. Okay, y'all, it was like inside my car, it read about 105, 106. I think 106 it hit at one point. Then it dropped down to like 104. So it's very, very, very hot here in Texas. And if you're in Texas, then you know what I mean. So it's very hot here, but, you know, considering everything, when I look at this, first of all, can we give it up for this Natasha Denona sun, what is this called? The Sunrise palette. Like, let's give it up for her. Give respect where it's due. Let's get into this Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. So number one, again, the price point is I think pretty decent. It's not outrageous. They do have a decent color range. As with anything, I think that you definitely can have more colors, add more colors, you know, to the thing. Sorry, y'all, like, I'm serious. We went to a Mexican restaurant. And if you've ever been to a Mexican restaurant and you do participate in alcoholic spirits and beverages, refreshments, adult refreshments, you know what I'm talking about. But all in all, the application of the product was good. When I first put it on, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work. Like, I didn't know how I felt about it. But the more that I've worn it, it is very skin-like. It's definitely not covering a whole bunch of blemishes. And again, I did try it on with a beauty blender tomorrow. I think I'm gonna try it with just a regular foundation brush and see how that goes. Obviously, I do look a little bit more oily, a little bit more dewy. Here, I did have the highlighter on, but I do look more oily, more dewy, but nothing too greasy where I'm just like, damn, girl, like, have you been working out or are you just like oily? Like, it's nothing like that. I feel comfortable with it. I'm sure if I blot, it would be fine. But honestly, like the oil that's coming through, the sheen, the shine that's coming through is not horrible at all. I do feel like the foundation has worn off here. It's really kind of like worn off. Let's see. Let me pull. You know, it definitely has worn off a little bit, but it's not bad. Now, is this something that I would wear like every day at 104-degree temperature? No. Even if I had dry skin, I probably wouldn't wear this in 104, 106-degree weather. That's just not me. But if it's something like really, really quick and I wanted to do, that'd be great. So all in all, what I'm gonna say about this foundation is this something that I'm like gonna rave about? No, it didn't just totally impress me to the point where I'm like, I definitely got to have this in my rotation. But again, of course, you know, if you do have dry skin, this is probably going to work wonders. It's probably going to be pretty good for you, you know, considering if you can find the right color and everything. For those that are combination or oily, it definitely can work. Now, remember, I did set it with a little bit of powder, and I didn't like blend it in like I normally would. I just kind of like took a big brush and just with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I just kind of put it all over my face and kept it going. I do live in Texas. It is hot. Okay, even with matte foundations, it's hot. I'm gonna get a little shine. But honestly, does it look as bad? No. But you gotta decide what's right for you, because you know, it depends on your skin. If you're dry, you probably do a little bit better with it. Also, it depends on how you're preparing the skin. Now, I've heard some people say, well, you know, this is a foundation, like why would anybody with oily skin try this? Why, you know, to each its own. And you know, I don't think that there's bad reviews. It's just that you got to remember who you're watching. Do they have combination skin? Do they have dry skin? And then determine if it's going to be something, you know, because I know a lot of people watch these videos and they say, oh, I have skin like her, or I like her, but I don't have skin like her. You really need to know who you're watching. Do you have skin like them? Your weather conditions, all that plays a big factor in, you know, what you like as a foundation. But to be honest, right now, first impression, like this was my first, besides trying it on to color match in the store, this is my first time trying this foundation, and I have to say I'm not totally wowed by it, and not because of the oil factor. I'm just like, I don't feel like I'm just like, whoa, like something like magic across the room, and I was like, oh, I got to have you. No, none of that. So I may be taking this back to the store. I'm going to try it one more time and see how I feel about it, but honestly, it's not a bad foundation. It just didn't wow me enough to be like, go run out and get this. I'm not going to tell you that. Even with dry skin, I'm not going to say run out and get this, because just like I prefer matte finishes and things like that, all foundation is made different. So you just got to see what you like. So with that said, I don't think this is it's definitely not a horrible foundation, but is this something that I would reach for all the time? No. Is this something that I would buy on repeat? No, I would not. Just because it wasn't a wow factor. It wasn't that it did something bad to me. It just wasn't a wow factor. I was just like, oh, it's another foundation. To me, that's how I felt. Anyway, this is how I look. Now, mind you, I might look even more oily because I do have these ring lights on, because like I said, it's like 9 o'clock at night, so it's really dark. There's no sunlight happening up in here. But this is what I'm working with, and this is it. So I will see you guys on the next video. Let me know if you tried this foundation, what you think about it, and all that great stuff. And if you're in Texas, let me know if you participated in the tax-free weekend. Bye.